Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking in a warm, welcome to this week's Walking Wednesday. You might have noticed something that's a little bit different about me. I have become lesser, it seems, in some way. A weight has been lifted from my head. And yes, that is right, I've had a haircut, of course, that's what it was. Yeah. Kind of essential to do right now, but I can definitely feel the wind on my head for once. And of course, I'm back at Tilgate Park, doing what I said I was going to do last week, and find out what happens when I turn right. And not to go left, precisely. But yeah, today's also an interesting day because it's August 12th. And August 12th, if you've been paying attention to dates, which I don't see why you would be, to be honest, only I'd really do that, was the day 3 years ago, in 2017, when I posted The Truth About Travis. So yeah, safe to say that that's a monumentous occasion. Now normally around this time I do some sort of like follow-up video to it. The Truth About Travis, 1 year later, 2 years later, should have been 3 years later. I haven't had the time to prepare it. And you think, but Jacob, it's lockdown, you've got all the time in the world. Well, no, not really, because I started doing other projects and it just got so hectic all of a sudden. I'll explain why in a second. Trying to figure out which side of the road is going to be the shadiest. Spoiler alert, it's neither of them, they're both just as bad. I'm going to end up dehydrated by the end of this. But yeah, this week did not go as planned. You've noticed that for 2 weeks in a row now, all I've posted is Walking Wednesday and Tales of Sir Nicanor, which of course takes me virtually no time at all to actually do. Now, the thing with that is that yeah, it's because it takes me almost no time to do that I put it out there while I was working on the other projects I'm trying to get done. I had 5 videos that I had planned for the week. The Sir Nicanor one was one of them. Then there was a gacha review, which I won't spoil. Technically there's 2 of those backed up now, if you don't count the Taming the Bad Boy ones. And one video which was supposed to be the return to the Aphmau fan base. In response to Aiden's video about the fan base dying, and me realizing, oh yes, I have been neglecting this fan base for different reasons, not just because of the change in content, although that is certainly a factor now. There were other reasons why I stopped making Aphmau content and stopped watching her as much, even though she is still my favourite. But yeah, that's all changed because of Aphmau Thursday nowadays. Which, by the way, apologies for missing out the server event. I'm working on a very long Minecraft video with BB, and we've been trying to finish it for a while, but circumstances dictate that we just can't finish it. The way that the whole thing is set up, it's just going to go on and on, unless we settle the score. So yeah. What else? That's why we missed the event, because we were recording that. We merged Monday's event for the second time in a row with that video. So yeah, I don't know if we should do... Actually no, I would do Mayhem Sing-Off today, but... Well, not so Mayhem Sing-Off. But I've got other plans, because basically since I haven't been able to prepare a video for this... I'm glad I'm in the shade, by the way. Since I've not been able to prepare an edited video for this anniversary of The Truth About Travis, I'm going to do a live stream. Yes, another one. And this live stream is going to be me with maybe a few other people coming in and out and just talking about Aphmau. Consider that a replacement. It's not like Aphmau Thursday. That will still happen as program time. Nothing will come between Aphmau Thursday. Again, I'm still on the fan base. But yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to go through pretty much all of the theories that I've done about Aphmau. Maybe I'll watch some of the songs as well with people. I'll just appreciate the journey that has happened because of the Aphmau videos. Now I have a chance to go down that way, or down that way, or up there, which has shade, but also an uphill, which given the heat, I do not have the willpower to do. So I guess I'll go straight ahead. It's an interesting path, look at that. I've never been down here in all the years I've been coming to Crawley. Oh, yeah, speaking of blasts from the past, we're actually able to go inside my grandmother's house now. And because otherwise we'll just, die of heat stroke outside. Because normally we would chat to them outside for a while. By them I mean her and my aunt. And we would, just catch up with each other. Have a bit of a natter. But now we get to do that inside, where the cans of Coke do not go, do not get warm. They stay fresh. It's weird because I've said to my mum today, I never thought that I would ever consider my nan's house to be the place to keep cool. It has a nickname in the family, the sauna. You wouldn't think that my nan is a Scot, but she is very averse to the cold. So obviously the house is accommodated to that. I rarely notice it, to be honest. I think it's just because I'm just so used to adapting to that temperature as it comes. I don't know. It's weird. As soon as I moved to the UK, my own cold sensitivity stopped almost completely. Maybe it was exposure therapy. Maybe my body just said, okay, we can't do this every single time it's cold. We've got to make a change here. And then it happened. I can assume that something of that nature happened, though I don't know. I was talking about videos, wasn't I? Yeah, there's a shock. Right. Okay, straight on. Right. I think that might be a road. I mean, there's a car park right there, so there's no access over here, so that's the road. Therefore, the footpath is here, so best go this way. Okay. Oh, look, a spring in there. That's a way of saying spring in your step. That's supposed to be some sort of trap that someone's left there. That's not a very good trap because it's not trapping anyone. I was half expecting something to jump out at me when I snapped that twig. Not that it'll matter, I'm talking. If anyone is out there trying to trap somebody, I am here. No, no one's here. Okay, back to video talk. So yeah, Aphmau Thirst is happening. The live stream, will be about reacting to the Aphmau theories, seeing how well they hold up as well. Maybe space some songs in between. Because I mean, honestly, the Truth About Childhood wasn't just the birth of the Aphmau theories, it was the birth of the Aphmau fan videos in general. And there are over 60 of them that I've made now. Which, considering that I have about 750 odd videos on my channel, is a fair amount. But yeah, obviously I'll skip the reviews because, it's not really like I'm gonna review my own reviews. I know which ones are good and which ones are bad. I'll just extend the video even longer if I'm commenting over myself, commenting over something. Just extend the runtime. If I did a normal video like that, it would end up being several hours long by the end of it. There are some things you just have to let go of and just have exist, because you can't improve them forever. See, that's one thing that I was I was thinking about, because there's been talks about, you know, what to do for the second anniversary of the Mutant Girl. And I've said this in a previous video, so I'm not like giving away anything I haven't done already. But there was supposed to be a remake of episode 1, which granted I complain about a lot. And I say, well, I could have done this and this better, or whatever. But my initial doubts with that idea, which I then accepted a long time ago, was, you know, if I end up doing like the whole series or something like that, I'll just never end up being happy with it. Every 2 years or so, I'll just be updating the content constantly, and it'll just go on forever. That's what I was wondering about things like My Street, for example. When the remake of episode 1 came out, I thought to myself, well, you know, this is good for a one-off thing, but I do hope she doesn't decide to, you know, make this into the whole entire new version, partly because it would disprove the truth of Travis theory in the first place, because I'm sure that would get addressed in a remake, but also because if that happens, then just in 4 years' time, she'll just reboot it again. She'll realise, oh, I could have done so-and-so much better, or maybe she'll have that animation team that she so desired, and she'll think, well, I can do this now. And honestly, that's not really going to be a healthy thing. Just never being. I mean, yes, I get that creative people are never really happy with 100% with what they do. But you've got to be proud of your successes too. And Mutant Girl episode 1 is the most viewed gacha video on my channel, and one of the most viewed non-AFMAL videos of all time. Maybe the second most after the Pixelmon video. So it's safe to say something. Also, I shall point out that there is a stadium here. I don't know if you can see it through the trees, but I seem to have found some sort of sports ground that I did not know existed. Interesting, it seemed to have come to the more urban part of Crawley completely by accident. See, this is what I mean by exploring uncharted territory for me. I always discover something new. I always went to the same places in Crawley. It was always, oh, we're going to go to the park, we're going to go to the local park, which turned out to be Tilgate Park. I didn't know what it was called back then. We're going to go into town, we're going to go to the library to see Auntie Jane, who no longer works there, but still. Yeah, just other things in general. They were always usually the same places. Which partly, the familiarity was good at the time. Like, you know the whole SpongeBob episode of The Best Day Ever? Well, my brother and I kind of improvised a sort of spin-off of that song. I won't call it necessarily a parody because it was using the Best Day Ever thing, but in Spanish. Of all the things we were going to get to do, we were going to get to go to all those places. We were going to get to watch Cartoon Network, which obviously, you know, doesn't exist in Spain, but some of the programs do, but we get to watch them in English now. Which was a difference. It was not like we preferred one or the other, to be honest. But there is a certain quality to both. I mean, Spanish dubs are great, but they do have their flaws and quirks, let's just say. And among other things, we get to play Spore. We get to play Minecraft. We didn't have Minecraft on our computers back then. That was before my aunt bought us the new account the shared account that was Cocoman 3, which is the one that I still use to this day. And yeah, so among other things, yeah, that's but yeah, we had that whole thing planned out. Wait a minute. No way. I didn't recognize it from the back, but that is another location that we always went to. K2. Okay, so K2 is a big sports centre here in Crawley. But not only that, it also has a swimming pool. And that's another place that we would go to. It has a kids pool, it has an adult pool, you know, it had a big timer saying countdown to 11/20/12 for about 3 years before the event actually happened, which now in 2020 seems like a ludicrous thing to do, because you never know when the thing might get cancelled. Which, fortunately, the London ones didn't. Because I had a whole project on Stratford and how the area got improved because of it. Blimey, look at this place. I mean, obviously I'm not used to seeing it so deserted. I don't even know if it's open. Wait, someone's going in. The place is open. Well, well. And it seems that there's no face mask either. I'm not going to wander in there because I'm filming, but I will at least swoop by the door, because why not? So yeah, I never got to look at the back of that place because we never went to the back. The swimming pool is somewhere around that area there, further down. So, oh, we also went rock climbing here. That's another thing that we did during one of our Christmas holidays. It's like the last day we went rock climbing. You know, my mum said that on that holiday that we would be the subject of jealousy, and well, not just for rock climbing, just for doing all the things that we did. You know, all of the habitual things in Crawley. Because obviously no one went abroad for their holidays to visit their family, especially not Christmas. We're the only ones who had to fly to actually see people. It was a small school, so there wasn't that many other, you know, foreign students there. But yeah, on the last day we came here. And there is the entrance. Voila. And the swimming pool's down there, yeah. Obviously I have to go through the changing rooms and such, but yeah, it's weird seeing this place. I feel like I should have looked around somewhere where there was an actual exit. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. I probably should have found an exit. Let's go back this way. Wait, is that an open... That's an open gate. I'm curious now, I need to see this. Anyway, in the meantime, back to what I was talking about, which I don't even remember now. It was something like, you know, the birth of the other Athmar videos or something. Yeah, the birth of the Athmar videos. And just going to go through all those live today, later on. Maybe when I get back, maybe I'll look into some Streamlabs tutorials this time, because I'm notorious for not looking into tutorials. And thus never finding out what I need to know. Doesn't really help. But yeah, as for the other projects that I talked about, those all started from when I said that it was my big beginning of the going back to the Athmar fanbase video, which will now not come up for some other time. And it had also another video alongside it that was going to go on the Wildflowers channel, which if you don't know, I'm in a community channel called the Wildflowers, which never really gets any updates from anyone involved. I mean, Mimi's back, so that's good. At least that way we'll be able to have someone else producing something else, and maybe I'll do a duet with her. I think we both like Why'd I Say Okie Dokie about the Stupendium. Mimi, if you're watching this, then definitely I will run that one by you. By the way, that gate just seems to go to nowhere, so yeah, I'll just head back. But yeah, then among other things, BB's been busy with, well, not just with me, but also something else with Mimi that he's going to be working on for a while, and the video, and his nephew's there. So, you know, even the one who's supposed to take over as my editor has been busy with his own projects. So yeah, I just couldn't catch a break this week. Not to mention, of course, the fact that I accepted way too many times to go and help other people script write, because I can't help it. I like helping people with their stories and having them help me with mine. I suppose it's a bit more interactive. I like that. but also is comfortable enough not to give spoilers to too many people. And then after that, I was going to plan to do some Mutant Girl fan fiction readings, because there have been a couple of those, and we were going to do like an AFMAL-ish video where the cast, you know, read out act out the fan fictions as they're happening. But yeah, that was not to be this time. But to be honest, that's still, everyone's up for it. I mean, even Nova, who I barely talk to, is definitely thinking about it. And, you know, BB and Mimi have been, and Aiden have all been very supportive of the idea. I feel like anything Minecraft related Mimi will say yes to in recent times, or at least has done. It's a bit weird, you know, one person started out with Gacha moving on to Minecraft, and here I am doing the opposite. Strange. Not that Minecraft's going away, of course. Seneca will be back. There are more adventures planned. More things in the future, not to mention that Peter's working on a Minecraft project for himself. And again, I'm not spoiling anything, I'm just saying it exists. It is something that exists that is being worked on. I'm not giving anything away other than that. I'm just making conversation without spoiling a word. I mean, it's not going to be in Gacha, is it? Let's face it. So it had to be Minecraft. Unless it was live action, but the way that he's phrased it, it would not work in live action unless we had a budget. Or we took certain liberties, which I'm not going to, but he knows what I mean. Well, goodbye K2. Yeah, so that's been going on. And of course, Aiden's still been working on Fallen Angels, which is coming along nicely. A bit slowly at first, but I feel like he's planning out still what's going to happen later on in the story. Honestly, I feel like Aiden, if you're watching this, an idea for you might be to do like the bullet points that you suggested that I do for episodes. You know how we did that for episode 9 of Mutant Girl Season 2. We turned episodes 9 and 10 because it was so long. But yeah, that was a good way to actually plan everything out, especially because Season 2 had a lot of stuff crammed into it that would not otherwise fit. So yeah, actually, yeah, do that. I mean, you can even go scene by scene because you, unlike me, actually label your scenes. So it might be a little bit easier. Maybe just easier because we have different formats. It'll be around the same amount of these, let's say. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, so what else? There's one more video. Oh no, the Gacha review I already talked about. Yeah, as for Gacha review, the next video is in the Tell Me the Bad Boy series is going to be the one done by BB, but okay, he hasn't really had much time to do anything. I mean, his nephew's gone now, so maybe he'll have more time to himself now. We'll see what goes on. But then again, he's got other things now. And the server events. Yeah. See, this is the problem. We've planned too much. This is exactly what I was trying not to do this year. And not have, you know, something so restrictive that I had to stick by. That's why I hate making lists of things to do. And for years I know people are saying, oh yeah, should do a to-do list or something. Make sure you don't forget anything. Well, yes, but at the same time, that means that, you know, the element of spontaneity is gone. It's almost like I have to be tied down to that. I don't have the freedom to work on what it is that I want to work on. Not that I don't want to work on these particular videos in this particular order, because I do. And honestly, the next video is actually a new Gacha Club mini-series. I'm pretty sure I might have mentioned the name before, but just in case I won't say it. But yeah, a new Gacha Club mini-series, which will, let's say it'll come out tomorrow. I can finish it and upload today, but with the live stream, it'll just end up being like buried in obscurity, much like the 7 Years song did. Well, also the 7 Years song didn't get the traction because I uploaded the My Dad Is Rich song straight after, which did not help matters very much. So yeah, I feel like that's. Well, also Aiden's tribute video. I did too many live streams that day because I didn't set everything up as well as I could have done. But this live stream probably will not have face cam, even though I'll try. But last time I tried doing a shared thing with face cam, it failed. So yeah, that's not going to work. I think that's it. I've done a trip down memory lane. I've vented about how stressed I am, and yeah, I feel like that's it. Honestly, Miller has said to me that I need to take some time to myself, and he always says that a lot. Well, honestly, this week is more true than ever. I've been doing a lot, especially, also with voice acting. Not that voice acting is that stressful on its own. I know that we say voice acting is not just talking into a mic or anything, but yeah, it requires more discipline, not necessarily that much more time. Because sometimes I just have like one line or so that I have to do, and then I can send that in. I'm quite fortunate right now that I'm not, stuck in a booth for hours, doing several takes with a director there that's meticulously going through everything. We Got You was a very forgiving in that regard. Honestly, people think that when I used to do the my directing, that I was ruthless. When I would have people I direct them in person rather than ask them to retake certain lines if they go wrong. But no. Quite honestly, that I don't have that issue anymore. But no, that's what I was saying. That I was actually not that ruthless. There are other people who will be very methodical, make you do lots of other takes. This isn't a voice acting example, but in a traditional acting example, there was a time when I was told. When I was in a scene as an extra one time on a TV series, and the scene that I was in, even though it was only about 30 seconds long, they did 20 takes of it in different ways. Honestly, I prefer some of the other takes that they did, quite frankly, but it was interesting to see. But yeah, that director was very methodical and very ruthless. I couldn't hear what he was saying. I was too far away, so I didn't know what was going wrong. Maybe the camera was running out of battery or something. You never know with this kind of thing. I think I went down this tunnel once. Yeah. That's going to be an interesting fit now. Let's see. Okay, it looks smaller from a distance. Oh, it's actually kind of cool under here. Maybe a little bit dense air-wise, but again, so is everywhere else, quite frankly. The talent of France now, I'm developing an accent. No, but yeah, so honestly I will probably stick to shorter content recently, but in the meantime, thanks everyone for, the actual new subscribers that I've been getting. Like, it's if anything, it's kind of sped up a little bit, because I went from like 734 to 739 without really posting anything. It's always weird because when I don't post that much, I get more subscribers until I start declining in subscribers, and and then I have to post more to compensate. It's a very weird back and forth. But yeah, must be done. Wait for this car to arrive. But yeah, needless to say, I've got plans. Will there be more Seneca North this week? Yes, but I can pretty much guarantee right now it won't be the only thing. So, before any of that, please leave a like or dislike, because your opinion matters. Keep on subscribing regardless of the frequency which I post, because you lot are weird that way. And on that note, until next time, farewell.